Hello, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Stuck in the Catch Fence. Tonight we're going to be doing a special event. We're going to be doing the Mach 10 Money Madness races. They're money races that take place at all kinds of different tracks. This week it's going to be at Daytona Road Course. As you can see in the picture there's going to be $100 paid out to the winner, $75 to second place. Third place is going to be $50. Fourth and fifth are both going to be $25. And apparently there's a lucky dog drawing that's also going to receive $25. These races are put on by Travis Roberto. I don't have offhand the last one that was put on. However, we are going to watch these guys run around the track here at the Daytona Road Course here in just a couple minutes. Right now they're qualifying. The drivers are qualifying, and then they are going to do two 15-minute heat races followed by a feature. We are going to broadcast out the heat races here in just a couple minutes after they get done qualifying. We're not going to do commentary for the heat races. We're just going to let you enjoy that and watch that. And during the main event, we will come in with some commentary and talk a little bit. I did get out and drive the track a little bit before qualifying started in practice. There are some really good times being put up right now. So I got around, I think, in about 2:49. However, that was about 10 seconds off the fastest driver. So there are some fast drivers in this race. I'm going to enjoy watching them just as much as anybody else. Maybe I can learn something from some of these guys. So, like I said, enjoy it. Right now, you're on. You're having a look at Corey. I believe that's Corey Cook. Qualifying run here. They have not put down a time. I think this is their first official lap for qualifying. Actually, I'm watching Corey Cook. You can't see Corey Cook right now. Let me pull that up for you. See what kind of time they lay down here. Kind of curious what time people are running on colder tires, just a lap in. I only did a few laps, never really did heat up my tires, I guess. I did the out lap and then one lap, so I'm sure I could have improved on that time just a little bit, but I wasn't going to shave 10 seconds off of it. Oh, 147, as you can see there, Luciano Whitbot. You can see that in your screen. It's got the fastest lap now to 144. Like I said, that's an out lap and one lap, so 144 on the out lap, one lap in on qualifying is every bit of 5 seconds faster than I could put down here. So looks like currently Brandon Hawkins in the P2 position in qualifying with a lap of 144.926. And FMA favorite there, Jamie MacArthur's in P10 in qualifying with a lap of 147. Oh, he just jumped down, but he's P11 now with a lap time of 147.646. So definitely some good lap times out here out of these drivers already for qualifying. Let's see if we can't pull up Jamie. Driving around that red and white Corvette for the night. Looks like Travis Roberto, the gentleman who is actually putting on this race, is throwing down some quality laps. He's in P5 currently. His fastest time is a 1:45.344. Not sure. P1 here, we got Tokarev. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. I'm not Russian. But it looks like he's got the fastest lap right now, 1:44.78. Really fast drivers in this. Aiden Schramm just popped in the chat, wanting to let us know he is in P12th, and that is correct. Looks like he's done with his qualifying lap of 146.611. That's not a bad lap. Shows you how fast these drivers are, really, though. 146 in any hosted session in Aiden's class there, he'd probably be qualifying on pole with that lap, or within P5, I would say. So really fast driver is going to be a big test. 16th. Ethan Smith's in P16, he says. Let's see if yeah, Ethan, you are holding out P16. 147. That's not a bad lap either. Like I said, I got out and drove this track just before qualifying, and you know, I was, I believe, 150 or 153, something like that. It was just an out lap and one lap, but looks like we're getting going with the first heat race here tonight.
Heat 2 got skipped because there's only so many people. The top 20 of this and then go to the feature, I think. No, I didn't. I get the 144s. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be the one heat and then
one left to green. Line up on the right side.
I had to go ahead and grid out. I am in this race, even though I'm not running it. Went ahead and gridded in and gridded out so they could speed up the process here.
Not how it was set up. I don't know. Just hang on here.
Let's go ahead and change the start of this race. We're going to watch this first heat race. Watch the start of it from the blimp cam here.
I can see you every day, bro. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I would have never. I swear we've raced each other a lot.
Just getting ready for the first heat race here. They are doing a short pace lap. Pace car's off. Turgarov controls the start here. I believe that's a yellow Porsche he's in to the inside row. Great shot as they come into turn 1 here. Great hole shot. Oh, we got a big incident. Big incident. Ooh, they're all over the place. Corey Cook there. I don't know if he got turned. I have to back that up a little bit. Got off track there, and it looks like I run into the back of. Oh! I do believe these drivers are going to get another chance at this. A little bit of a shake-up there. So there will be a second heat race, so no harm, no foul. I believe all drivers are going to qualify for the features, so. My racing.
What was the bad 207 crashed on the caution lap or what? What was your question? It's just kind of a joke for the people that are running right here, the 207 cars. They're lost it on the zone on the caution lap. Getting out of the way now. I think people find that people were talking about the back on. You know what that is right here at the back of the guys, no more caution throughout the race. Try to get that sorted out. The one that plays really well, No, I think what happened is I had it set up for 31 car heat in case there was actually 62 cars. And it obviously doesn't split the heat evenly, so I'm imagining everyone will get the feature. If by chance not, I guess I can make another session. Just to be sure there are no mandatory pit stops for this sort of feature. One required.
Just a little over 9 minutes left in this first heat race here. As I said, all drivers are going to make the feature, it sounds like. This heat race is currently being led by Tokarov, followed by Luciano Whitmote, NP3 Brandon Hawkins, NP4 Octavio Randaletto, I believe is how you say that. I'm sorry, I didn't practice with these names before we began here. I've been kind of looking at them for the feature, but MP5's Travis Roberto, P6 Curtis Kelly, P7 Asher Little. See what they do here on the restart. And then the back straightaway on this pace lap here at Daytona, coming down to 3 and 4. Or check that, that'd be 1 and 2. Turn 8 on the road course.
Green, green, green.
that this first heat race is about to end here as they come into 3 and 4. Turn 12 here on the road course. Luciano Whitvote. Looks like he's going to take this one home. Followed by Tokarov. Not sure how you say that name, so that's what we're going to go with tonight. These drivers are going to get a 5-minute warm-up. Their positioning in the feature should be what they finished here in this race. As they take the checker flag here in the first heat race. Should be what they finished. They're going to have a 5-minute warm-up. Then we'll get at this race here. Pretty good heat race up front. A little messy in the back. We'll see what the feature brings us. So they're going to have a 5-minute warm-up here. Looks like there's going to be 30 drivers in the feature. And we will get going here shortly. I do apologize. It seems SDK, which is the app that I use for live race updates, doesn't seem to be working tonight. Not sure what's going on with that or if anybody else is having that problem. So I'm just going to give you the starting grid for the feature race here coming up shortly after the warm-up laps. In the pole position, P1 is going to be Luciano Whitvote. P2 is going to be Tokarov. P3 is going to be Brandon Hawkins. P4, Octavio Raldonletto. I think that's how you say that name. Not sure. P5, Chris Kelly. P6, Asher Little. P7, Aiden Schramm. P8, Jamie MacArthur. P9, Ryan Pedicio. I'm not sure how you say that name either. I do apologize if I am butchering some of the names. P10, Joshua Whitfield. P11, Curtis Rogers. P9, Blue Jade. P12, Blue Jade. I'm sorry, number 9. P13, Andrew Voigt. P14, Travis Roberto. P15, Tim Keene. P16, Chase Matsko. P16, Brandon Forcad. P17, Brendan McKee. P18, Corey Cook. P19, Greg Stahl. P20, Buck. P21, Mr. Flores. P22, Adam McAfee. Adam McAfee. P22, Ignacio Arroyo. P23, Ethan Smith. P24, Thompson. P25, Kazi. Not everybody put their real name in here, which is fine. I don't have access to look at it, so. P26, Kyle Moyer. P27, Kyle Sturat. And P30 is Michael Lemenzik. So good luck to all those drivers. I do apologize again if I do butcher some names. It is what it is. It's not intentional. So if you're looking back at the stream here and you happen to be one of those drivers of the names that I butchered, I do apologize. We're going to get through this as best as possible. Said I'm just learning this roster of drivers. And we will have a good, clean, fun race, I think, here tonight. All right, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and grid in and grid out. Like I said, I am registered in this race. I want them to be able to go ahead and start this as quickly as possible. Again, this is the Mach 10 Money Madness race here at the road course at Daytona. If you're just joining us, there was a 15-minute heat race that was really clean up front. Luciano Whitbolt came out with the win there. A little messy in the back, but I think it's just drivers learning the course. This race is going to be 45 minutes long, with the winner taking home $100. Put on and sponsored by Travis Roberto. Just listen to the drivers. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. It is not on the main chat, but you might be able to hear it through my microphone. Looks like the drivers are about to go green here. They come around turn 12, turn 3 and 4 if you're unfamiliar with the road course. Turn 3 and 4 of the oval. About to go green. Start's going to be controlled by Luciano Whitbolt there in the number, I believe that's the 73, and I believe that's a Mustang if I'm not mistaken. On his outside is number 55 Porsche of Tokarov. I don't know how to pronounce that name, so that's what we're going with. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. Sounds like a villain in a James Bond movie, I think. All right.
Green flag, green flag.
Looks like Luciano is going to have the whole shot there as they go into turn 1. On his outside is going to be the number 99 of Brandon Hawken. They go through the short S's into turn 4. If you're not careful here, if you carry too much speed, you really lose it. Looks like everybody made it through turn 4 safely. And the little sweeping slight right of turn 5 into turn 6. A lot of drivers have trouble here. Blue Jays has an incident. Doesn't look like it's taking them off track though. Race still being controlled by Luciano Whitbolt as we go into turn 8 or turn 1 and 2 if you're familiar with the oval. Brandon Hawken, number 99 and P2. followed by the number 55, Tokarov, in that yellow Porsche there. Coming down the back straight into the bus stop. Looks like those drivers made it through there cleanly. Looks like we're going to have a relatively clean first lap. There's a little bit of gap forming between P4 Octavio and the number 71 of Curtis Kelly. Looks to be about a 3.4 second gap forming there. So these top 4 drivers are seeming to, a couple minutes in here, pulling away with this. Let's get on board with the number 048 of number 71 of Curtis Kelly there in P5. Oh, big wreck in Brandon McKee, it looks like. Oh, what happened? Let's see what happened there. Oh, we had a spin out. Who is that spun out there? Piled up. That is going to cause some issues. Luciano still controlling this race as they were coming into the bus stop here. Trying to sort out what happened in that crash. Looks like we had a spin out. Several drivers were caught up in the spin out there. That's really going to put them off the pace. Probably no chance of catching back up in this race, I would say. So we only have 18 cars of the 30 out on track right now. See that from Tim Keene again. Not sure how you pronounce that name either, so that's what we're going with. Leaders coming into turn 6. Short straight into turn 7 and then to turn 1 and 2 or turn 8 of the road course. 1 and 2 of the oval. Let's check on one of our FMA favorites, Chase Matsko. Not real sure where he's at in this race. He did start the race. Chase is holding down P12, it looks like, as the leader goes in the bus stop, widening that gap. Half a second lead over P2, number 99 of Brandon Hawken. Coming out of the bus stop into turn 12. Let's check on Chase. Holding down P12 back here. There he is in that number 26 Porsche. Kind of like the paint job. Oh man! Big spin out in front of him. Let's see who that was. Looks like that's going to be the number 7 of Asher Little. Got into the wall there. Tried to pull it down. Clear himself off of that. It didn't look like he... Looks like Blue Jay got caught up in that wreck too, or something happened with the number 9 car there. Just an off track spun out. Almost synchronized spin outs. About 6 minutes in, we have not had any shuffle up here in the top 4 as Luciano's still controlling this race. That number 73 Mustang. Kind of widening his lead here. The last time they came through this sector of the track, he had about a half-second lead. He's pushed that up to almost a full second over the number 99 of Brandon Hawkins as they come into the bus stop on the back straightaway. into turn 3 and 4, turn 12 of the road course, onto the tri-oval of Daytona International Speedway here. Number 22 of, looks like it's the number, or the last car on the track. Number 69 of Brandon McKee, who was involved in that spin out on lap 2, I believe it was. Check on Jamie MacArthur, who is another FMA favorite. He's currently holding down P8. He is in the number 475 car here. Red and white. I believe that's a Corvette. Just 2 positions in front of Chase Matsko. It looks like he's trying to overtake the P9 position, the 63 of Ryan Pedaccio. And I do apologize about the names. They are real small on my screen. Trying to bear with me. Like I said, my SDK app is not working tonight. And we're trying to overcome that. Jump back up with our leader, Luciano Whitboat. Open that gap up. Still sitting right at a second over P2, number 99 of Brandon Hawken. As they come around to complete lap 6. Or, excuse me, that was lap 5. Going into lap 6. Just 9 minutes into this 45-minute race. Looks like the drivers are settled in now. Looks like the top 4 have opened up almost a 10-second gap over the P5, number 71 of Curtis Kelly, who is sitting back there on an island. It's looking like 10 minutes into this race. This race is going to come down to the top 4 drivers here, as Luciano opens up the gap even more. 1.4 seconds now over P2. He's just driving the wheels off that car. Putting down some great lap times, race lap times of 1:44.54, which is a great lap time in a race. See some guys in qualifying and practice lay down 140s around here in the GT3s. You don't see that too much in an actual race. Like Chase Matsko just had an incident. Jamie MacArthur crashed. Oh no. Oh man, Jamie MacArthur and Chase Matsko get into it. Like right there in turn 7. That's not good. Both drivers are able to stay out on the track though. Let's go back up to our leaders. Number 55 of Tokarov closing the gap a little bit now. It's got that gap down to 1 second as they head into the tight right-hand turn of turn 4. I'll tell you what, after this race, I'm going to have to get a hold of Luciano here and see if he can't give me some driving lessons, because he's putting on a clinic right now. Let's check on Chase Matsko, who is holding down P9 right now after getting into Jamie MacArthur. top 4 cars are now about 15 seconds in front of the P5 car. And P1 of the number 73 Luciano Whitboat is 1.5 seconds in front of P2. See how Jamie MacArthur car's doing after that little incident he had with Chase Matsko. I don't know if he suffered much damage or not. It didn't look like they got into each other hard. Checking on Travis Roberto here, who's just about to complete lap 7. He's holding strong back here in P7. Another FMA driver, Ignacio Arroyo, in P21. Looks like his lap times, he normally puts down some decent lap times. Looks like his lap times aren't where they normally are. I don't know if he has damage or if he was caught up in that incident earlier in the race. Looks like Joshua Whitfield just made a pass to get in P10 there. Let's check on him. Watching the battle for P5 and P6, number 71 up front of Curtis Kelly, and number 766 of Andrew Voigt. Jumping back up with our leaders now as they come into turn 5. Number 73 of Luciano Whitboat has opened up his lead to 1.7 seconds now as he comes into turn 6. Short straightaway into turn 7, then onto the turn 1 and 2 of the oval, or turn 8 of the road course here. His lap times were actually getting slower, and you can contribute that maybe to a little tire wear. I think these drivers are going to have to pit right around lap 18. We're on lap 9 right now, so about 9 more laps and they will have to pit. But lap times typically in these cars do get a little faster as they burn some fuel. So it looks like we have a crash. Ooh. That is the number 63 of Ryan Pendicio and the number 69 of Brennan McKee. Looks like just some hard racing there. Yeah, that's just a result of hard racing, not giving room. That's what happens. Drive these GT3s, get them up to speed, going 150, 160, and you don't get any room. Looks like neither driver is worse for wear, and gonna get back out there, looks like. Back up with the leader now. Looks like they are about to lap the P23 car of Brandon McKee, who was just involved in that incident. So he stays high on the track, giving them plenty of room. Giving plenty of room to the leaders. 12 minutes into this 45-minute race now. Just 28 minutes left to go. As that number 73 of Luciano Whitboat comes through the bus stop. Lap 10. His lead over P2 Tokarow, number 55, is just at a second and a half. Chase Matsko has worked his way up to P8. And back there all alone. About a second and a half back of P7 of Greg Stahl. Greg Stahl's about to complete his lap 10. No change up front for the top four here. P2, 3, and 4 are really battling hard. Let's check out this battle for a little bit. Check it out, Brandon Hawken there in P3. Right behind the number 048 of Octavio. Seems to be the most exciting racing on the track right now. Because I'll tell you what, if the number 73 of Luciano Whitboat keeps driving like he is, this is 100% a race for second as we speak right now, with 25 minutes left to go in this race. Tokarow and Brandon Hawkins there are practicing their drafting coming into the Tri-Oval at Daytona. Fighting with some lap cars here. They come into turn 4. Luciano has now opened up that P1 position. He's got about a 2-second lead over P2, the yellow car there, Tokarow. Chase Matsko did just have an overtake with Greg Stahl. Let's check on him. Not sure what happened to Greg there. About 12 seconds behind the number 6 position of the 028 of Travis Roberto. Leaders going through the bus stop as we're checking on Chase here. Let's go ahead and check on Travis. He's heading into the back straightaway here at Daytona, about to go into the bus stop. Back up with our leader now. Completing lap 12 into lap 13. 23 minutes left to go. Tell you what, this is an absolute battle between P2, 3, and 4 right now. on board with Greg Stahl here. Oh! I was going back to try to find out how Chase got the pass on him, because Chase was about 2 seconds behind him, and that answers my question. Spun out going into turn 1. Looks like he's got some front end damage on that car, but he has not dropped too many positions since he's had that incident. Chase Matsko's made it up to P5 now. Excuse me, P7. Travis Roberto's made it up to P5. Top 4 still cruising home here. Luciano, and then number 73 is cruising. Oh! Looks like the number 55 Tokoro is going to go ahead and pit now. Lap 15. He should have enough fuel after this pit. This is an interesting strategy. Kind of break away from that top 4 there. And pit. The only question now is, when will Luciano pit? This is when you see mistakes happen out of good drivers. You know, normally these races here, when you just have a dominant driver, if they let it slip away, is going to be when they make their pit stop, either speeding in the pits, speeding out of the pits. You know, and depending on when they do exit.
We're not going to make the whole 32 laps, are we?
You know, coming out of pit road there coming out of pit road here at Daytona could be kind of hazardous place to get out, because people coming around turn 1 there to set up for turn 4, they like to get as far over to the left as possible, and sometimes that's not conducive to people exiting the pits. So just kind of curious as to when Luciano's going to pit here, and if Octavio and Brandon Hawkin are going to follow him. It's not going to be this lap. Oh, he is going to pit. And P1 and P2. Ooh, Brandon better slow that car down. We're gonna jump up to the number 55 of Tokarov here to see when he comes out. Comes across turn 1 here, where indeed Brandon Hawkins, Octavio, and Luciano are going to come out. And there they are. Oh man, look like Luciano's coming out 4th, so we do have a position change there. Oh, that makes things exciting. as Brandon Hawkins takes over the lead of this race after the pit stops. We've seen a huge cycle up front with the top 4, as Luciano Whitvogt comes out in P4 after leading this race by almost 2 seconds going into the pits. That's incredible. That's big news. See the number 99 of Brandon Hawkins now going into turn 1 and 2, turn 8 here of the road course under the back straightaway. He went into the pits in P3, came out in P1. Number 55 Turkarov there. Number 55 Porsche went into the pits in P2, came out P2, but pitted a lap before Luciano and Brandon Hawkins. And Octavio retains P3. That was a huge shuffle. Definitely made the last 16 minutes of this race pretty exciting. Looks like Aiden Schramm had a crash. Let's see if that's just an off track or indeed he did crash. Just slight spin out there. Nobody around him. He'll get back on the track, no worse for wear. Like Luciano just overtook Octavio for that P3 position. Tell you what, the things in the outside of P4 here, P5 and back, have gotten kind of spread out. But these top 4 cars are just battling here in this race. This is great, fun to watch. Let's go on board with Luciano, see what he's seeing from the cockpit. Are you just buying this time? Oh, what a battle. Top 4 come into turn 4 here. It's a good passing turn. Somebody carries too much speed in the entry, not enough speed on exit. It's a great turn to pass. Looks like every one of them did it flawlessly there. These are some good drivers. Looks like 73, Luciano Whitvogt, setting himself up for an overtake here of the number 55 of Tokarov there in that yellow and black Porsche. Not going to get it. There's Brandon Hawkins and the number 99 Ford there's coming up on lap traffic. Should catch him here, turn 1 at their base into the bus stop. Top 4 settling in now. Looks like they're just getting ready for this battle to come up here the last 5 minutes or so of this race, as we're just under 13 minutes left to go. Ooh! Ooh, how did Octavio hold on to that car? Looks like Luciano is going to get the overtake done here. As Turkaroff has to deal with lap traffic, really slows him down. That 3M car, I think, of Jamie MacArthur. Now Brandon Hawkins is out leading it. Number 17 or number 73 of Luciano Whitvote, now in P2. Number 048 of Octavio in P3, and Turkaroff now in P4 after having to deal with lap traffic. The variables of road racing that get lost in your mindset sometimes while you're driving. I can't say the lap times and the pace that the number 73 of Luciano Whitvote was carrying early in the race when he was out front. That's going to be, he's going to get Brandon Hawkins here in that number 99 Ford everything he can handle here coming up for the last 10 minutes of this race. Luciano seems to be a real methodical driver. Across start finish 9 as they complete lap 19. Luciano makes his move coming into turn 1, and he looks like he's back out front. What a move. Octavio peeking around Brandon Hawkins there, going to try to take him on the outside, turn 4, doesn't get it. I'll tell you what, Luciano being back out front, the gap that he had pushed earlier in this race and the pace that he showed, it's going to be everything Brandon Hawkins, Octavio, and Turkaroff could do to keep up with him. Just kind of trying to see where our buddy Chase Matsko's at. Looks like he's fallen way off the pace, back to P14. I can't see that he had an incident anywhere, so I'm not sure how he's fell this far off the pace. Go back up front here. Luciano carries it into the bus stop, followed closely by Brandon Hawkins. Although I think I've been calling Brandon Hawkins' car a Ford all night. That is not a Ford, so I apologize. Luciano takes it into turn 1. Tell you what, these top 4 carry that turn at such high speed. It's pretty impressive. Into turn 4. Doesn't look like anybody's looking to make a move just right now. Just to give you perspective, if you look in the track map there, the leader's going into P5, or the leader's going into turn 5. P5 is now in turn 12 with P6. So they have not yet completed lap 21 or lap 20. These drivers here are on lap 21, heading into turn 8 into the back straightaway. So you're looking, it's about a 66.5 second lead over between P4 and P5. So these top 4 are just on a different planet compared to the rest of the drivers on this field tonight. Luciano into the bus stop. Right at 8 minutes left to go in this race. I'll tell you what, if any of these cars behind Luciano, you know, if they're going to start making a move, now is the time to do it. start getting yourself in position to for an overtake here. And it's almost like I was talking to Brandon, because it looks like that's exactly what he's trying to do. And number 55 of Tokarev there tried to make a pass on Octavio there in turn 1. Didn't quite work out for him. Didn't carry enough momentum. Kind of a hazardous turn there to pass on the outside. But these drivers have shown throughout the race here that they certainly have the talent to do it. Into turn 6 now. Small straightaway into turn 7, and then to turn 8, the back straightaway. Luciano carrying about a half-second lead on the straightaways. See if he opens that up anymore on this back straightaway here. She does. 3/4 of a second now. Which this is just what we saw earlier in the race. As he got in some clean air and some space, he was able to open that gap up to almost 2 seconds at one point. It's really going to come down to who doesn't make a mistake at the end of this race between these top 4. This lap traffic that they're coming up on here always has the potential to cause some hazard for some lead cars. I would suspect, though, knowing the attitude of most of the people in this race, they're probably going to get out of the way, give these leaders some room, which would be the right thing to do. Luciano comes across the start-finish line to complete lap 22 into lap 23 now. Tokarev's really pushing that number 20 or that number 55 course there every time he comes into turn 1. I think he feels comfortable with that turn. I would suspect we're going to see an overtake here late in this race. It's going to be there. And we are up in the lap traffic. Let's go ahead. Look at this through the perspective of the blimp to see these guys work through this lap traffic here. Yeah, just as I suspected, lap traffic is getting out of the way, as they should. But it is slowing Luciano down. It's given Brandon Hawkins some room here to make a pass if he's able to execute. Oh no. Looks like that lap traffic spread the top 4 out just a little bit as the number 55 Porsche of Tokarev gets stuck behind the lap car, which with just under 4.5 minutes left here may put him out of contention for being able to win this race. Tokarev makes a pass in the bus stop, but he has a little bit of a gap to make up here, about 2 seconds off P3 of Octavio. From the blimp cam here, just kind of putting this race into perspective. Tokarev about 2.5 seconds now off the pace of P3. 4 minutes left in this race. I don't know that he's going to have time to make up that pace. I think we're coming down to, and then there were 3. Kind of keep it right here on the blimp cam to see if Octavio can catch this pack or not. Luciano now opening up that lead to about 3/4 of a second over Brandon Hawkins, that number 99 car. Good entry, great exit. Luciano into turn 7, exit out into the turn. Down the back straightaway. He's really opening up that gap now. Almost a second. Ethan Smith had a crash. I think he just jumped to the pits, to be honest with you. See number 55 of Turkaroff there, way back in the screen as they head in turn 4. He's just now passing the exit of pit road. He is driving the wheels off that thing to catch up, but I just don't know that there's enough time left. Under 2 minutes now. The next flag will be the white flag of this race. This is the white flag lap. So, am I mistaken? I don't believe it should be. It's not the white flag lap. The drivers are talking, saying this was the white flag lap. It is not the white flag lap. It should not be. The next time around should be the white flag lap, lap 26. As Luciano comes into the bus stop. About a half-second lead over Brandon Hawkins here in P2. Turkaroff is 2.5 seconds back of P3. I think unless there is a crash or these top 3 get tangled up here, I don't think he has any hope of advancing his position. Just not enough track left. And now the race is on. White flag lap. As Octavio makes a pass, I'm sorry, I'm watching Luciano. Octavio just made a pass on Brandon Hawkins in the last lap there. He won, into turn 1. That was an incredible pass. That was so nice. I was kind of speechless. Octavio advances up into P2. He's gonna do everything he can to catch Luciano here. This is going to be a battle coming down to the end here. Brandon Hawkins, I'm sure, is going to fight to get back that P2 position. As they come into turn 7, into turn 8. Down the back straightaway. About to hit the bus stop for the final time. Let's see if we see a full send out Octavio here. That's going to be the only way he's going to be able to catch number 73 of Luciano Whitboat at the end of this race. I do want to mention Luciano does have a 10,000 I rating, so kind of hard to compete with that. Of course, Octavio does have a 5.7, and Brandon Hawkins has a 7.9K I rating. As Luciano comes into turn 3 and 4, or turn 12, for the final time, down into the tri-oval, about to take the checker flag. This race is going to go to Luciano Whitboat, the 10K I rating that showed up for this race. P2 is going to be taken by the 048 of Octavio Raldoletto. P3, great race by Brandon Hawkins. P4 is going to be the number 55 of Turkaroff, and it looks like round out P5 is going to be Andrew Voigt. I believe P6. Looks like the drivers are arguing, but hey, that was a great race. Fun to watch. Last 4 there, really fun to watch Luciano Whitboat come out of the pits in P4 and work his way right back up. Those guys put on a driving clinic tonight. I really enjoyed watching it. I hope you guys did too. If you're tuning in to see yourself and I didn't get around to kind of catching you in the race, I do apologize. Like I said, that battle in the top 4 there was just too good to cut away from most of the race. Looks like Adam McAfee had a crash maybe on the final lap here. Not sure when this happened. Ooh, just spun out going into the bus stop. Car in front of him blinked out. But I had fun with it tonight. Like I said, I had fun watching them top 5 drivers, top 4 drivers there. It was a good time to watch, and I hope you enjoyed watching it too. Until the next one, appreciate you guys checking in with us, stopping by. Congratulations to Luciano Whitboat. I hope I said that name right. 4.9 safety rating, 10,000 I rating, and now a winner of the Mach 10 Money Madness race here at Daytona International Speedway. Good time. Happy Memorial Day. Well, not happy Memorial Day. If you haven't taken time today for Memorial Day to stop and think about what some of the troops have sacrificed in this country, I encourage you to do that. Really think about the sacrifices that they made and the families that they made. You know, the soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines that we've lost, defending our country and ensuring the freedoms that we do have. So I'll end it with that on this Memorial Day. I hope you all had a nice weekend, and